Okay, and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire in our my self-imposed challenge of people let people. We're picking up at the bottom of round 136, where over the intern we killed 200 infantry and have 6 decisions awaiting us. That was a good thing I got the rare metal mine going. With the recycling facility gone, we no longer have a source of rare earth metals if we did not have that mine. We've finished developing the transport. Good commercial project. Okay. And investor backing. We are democracy, so we're going to punish the leader.
Order received.
Even though minus 40 opinions never great.
Understood.
Design target. And we're going to hit none of the above. Both of the armored vehicles are waiting for polymer armor. Both the infantry are probably waiting for better guns, better armor. If they get really high field design, we might redo them. Probably not going to use motorbike infantry. They can't. They actually cap out heavy combat armor, so we can't actually up armor them very much more. We got the helicopter. We're not going to build any new aircraft, so we're going to do no new orders in the hopes that we can find medium tanks. Offer to buy slaves, of course.
Order received.
We're desperate for people. Demands the release of a spy. We will give them their spy back and refuse the payment.
Received.
We're supporting the humanists. Then minor diplomacy. We did not get any bribery, so we can't do anything to improve relations with the opposition. We've got stuff we could do to lower opinions of the opposition, so we'll hold off doing that options, but that would be an option. Okay, commercial pact, or commercial project,
Copy
you, and investor backing, you.
Copy that.
That may clear the demand here. May not. 2 rounds. Did we have any delay on the construction? No. So depending on how it progresses, we'll either do it exactly on time or be late.
Let's go. Operation successful.
Okay, caught that enemy unit. Arguably caught that one too. And that one is literally just trucks. Okay.
Let's go. Requesting.
Not enough action points. And that is the anti-tank guns. We'll take a little bit of losses attacking it, but we'll inflict more on it in theory than we take.
All clear, sir.
Destroyed 7 anti-tank guns for the cost of 2 subunits. And now they've got some infantry there that can actually give it some backbone. And we have the 7th coming down the road here. In this front. And it looks like the enemy's kind of just pulled back. Okay. Yeah, we're about to hit the point where to go any farther, I need more forces to cover the entire frontage. Otherwise, this is going pretty well. We'll see if they form a cohesive front line.
Take cover. Negative to breach.
Negative breach, but they've got no escape route. So we've just scored another kill in theory.
All clear, sir.
Yes. Okay. Oops, don't commit the militia unit.
Send in the cavalry. All clear, sir.
Here we go. So if the position stays stable for another turn or two, we can pull those armored vehicles off. That may just give me the capacity to go threaten the supply lands on the city over there. So things are looking up. I say that as I'm looking at the petrol gauge and realize the petrol gauge is downtrending, so things may be looking up, but things are not necessarily going quite the right way everywhere. Okay, we're still worker positive. We're still civilian worker positive. We could dump some more civilians here. Yeah, let's put them here.
Copy that.
And then here we can go ahead and continue to
Affirmative.
use the power of money to find more people. Okay, we didn't get any... No. Let's grab a military guy and a civilian, and then see how good or terrible they are. Camp 2, Camp 1. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible people. Diplomacy... Maybe you had a word for it, but... Guess that was the civilian, probably. And that's the military person. Okay, we hired them, and then we're going to probably turn around and fire them. Welcome to the government. Here's the door. Their retirement. Would like to get a fitting job. There is not a fitting job. Want to pay more money? No, we'll wait until another bronze retirement. Okay, most of the things are reasonably stable. Want a little bit more industry before we crank in another unit. Might... Yeah, let's upgrade the mine. Rare earth metal mine.
Order received.
At some point, I will want to buy Heavy Industry 1. We've got the high-tech parts for it. We don't have the machine parts for it. You can see, to run this, well, the first level of it, we need 50 rare earth metals a turn. At full speed. The advantage of this is it's a 5-to-1 ratio, so it's 5 rare earth metals to 1 machine, whereas the workshop is 20-to-1. And I suppose if we're desperate for resources, rare earth metals are also still quite valuable at the moment. Okay, so let's cycle the turn. We'll see how the situation improves or worsens. If it continues to stay about the same, I think we're in good running. because they don't really have enough forces on the left here. The trucks, just trucks by themselves, is a good indication of that. We just captured a guy here in the east, so they're obviously not well prepared over here. So then it just comes down to how things are in the middle. And our reconnaissance is not very good, so I suspect we're missing people on the report here. But yeah, if we could get a few more, we could go threaten the city. And again, that's probably most of their people. Granted, they did take over someone in the east, so this is probably, yeah, that's the other hunk of their people. So they've got there and there. This is probably their Supreme Command Council area. This is probably the maybe not well on board annex, right? So this is probably the one they really want to hold. This is the one they probably would be acceptable losing. But we're pushing closer to the source of the problem. We'll see if we can take the source of the problem on. Let's second that turn. Oh, I forgot about that area. Oops. 7 losses, Norman kills. We have 3 decisions awaiting us. Completed hydroponics. Okay.
Wilco.
What do we want to research after hydroponics? The answer is kind of easy. I do want deep core mining. We're a little less worried about the university because we're kind of just offloading all that to the private sector. Make it a sniper.
Roger that.
Is my reconnaissance right and the infantry moved away and left the anti-tank gun behind? I think it is. No, that's just trucks.
All clear, sir. Let's go. Mission successful.
And we continue to apply pressure. We're a little short in industry. I'd like to upgrade that road, but I can't really afford to at the moment.
Roger that.
Oh, I might not have had the right zone. Oh yeah, I probably could have got more industry if I'd selected the right zone. Oops.
Move it now. All clear, sir.
Okay. Nope, and we've immediately found another life form, so let's not have the armored cars go running off into the sunset quite yet.
All clear, sir.
Okay, now they maybe we'll turn around and go back. Okay, back to the road. Back to the road. Well, didn't really have any trouble trying to hire up the missing personnel. That's good to see. You're still short on workers. Not by much, but you are. We'll give you some workers.
Copy that.
And then construction-wise, as far as that demand, if construction applies before demand applications, then we should have it. Because we've got 0.1 turn left. It shouldn't have that much of an issue. That one will probably, assuming we get like 50 points from it. 7 rounds to get one more private asset going. And then major, we did get a gift card, so let's play that.
Order received.
Critical success, it's going to add like 4 or 5 more opinion to them. So we're up to 15. Again, if we can hit 25, we can negotiate a peace settlement. We may not immediately rush to a peace settlement. Things are going well. We'll sort of accept that things are going well. So one thing I could do is I could raise another brigade. Right, we don't really have enough like frontage or enough troops here to cover frontage expanding more, but that could be remedied with a new brigade. One MG brigade. Yeah. We a little bit short things. Didn't quite the logistics apparently deliver everything. I didn't have the industry. Ah. Okay, so that might have broken the arm demand. And we won't know until we cycle a turn. And then nation, give me this rate. Give me a mercenary because I don't trust my existing personnel. And then we look at the personnel. So we should have 3 unemployed. They're all cap 2s. You're probably the mercenary. Probably one of the mercenaries. You're probably one of the mercenaries. And then I think you're the civilian I actually hired. Did we get the card to fire that civilian? Get a 0 retirement. If we get a bronze retirement on him, we'll give it the bronze retirement. There's a bronze retirement. There we go. Okay. Then capital, keep bringing in the slaves.
Affirmative.
Okay, let's cycle the turn, see how the situation evolves. If everything's going well, then these guys will be able to just slide on in between the 4th and the 3rd, and we can sort of push the new unit and the 3rd forward. Really threaten the city, especially if we get these armored vehicles coming in. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. If we can put a threat on that city, I think we'll be good. Another thing I can do is I can bring up either the... Because I've developed helicopters, right? So I can raise a helicopter unit for reconnaissance and then an artillery unit for taking advantage of the reconnaissance. Redshire, round 138. We took no losses over the end turn. We have 2 decisions awaiting us. Okay, 0.1 turns does complete before demand, so we got our asset completed, so we completed that demand. Good to see. Shift towards major at this point.
Order received.
They're both cap 2, so we'll take the higher expected one.
Let's go.
The AT has surrendered.
Mission successful.
The 17th Battle Group. I feel like we're probably outrunning our supply capacity here. Which probably isn't a wrong assumption. Until those guys go up, I'm not got enough guys to go forward, so they'll sort of sit there in that position. Shortage of ammo. Okay, yeah, we're stressing the supply situation a little bit over here.
Move it now. All clear, sir.
Okay. That's off to a good start. Gift to them.
Order received.
Improvised IP the right zone this
Roger
time.
that.
Okay, never mind. 81 IP. I'd like a little bit more than that, guys. Just a little bit more than that, please, in the future. Construction, those both finished. Good to see. So we should see more rare earth coming in next turn. Workshop some more machines and just accelerate it more? Yeah. So with steam machines, don't rate it again. Yeah.
Roger that.
Ah! I forgot the city's only level 3. Can't do that, the city's not that high level. So we got the workers to work the existing jobs. Got the workers to work the existing jobs. Got the workers to work the existing jobs. I'm actually surprised the private job pool went down. Why? One of the oil wells is empty. Yeah, one of the oil wells is basically empty. Okay. So, I'm pretty sure I can't perfectly expand that, because it's level 1. So I think it's giving me a job prediction for the next turn, right? Because the well takes a lot of people when it's operating. 5,000 people. Actually, Yeah, still not sure why you've got less people. Maybe the downsize the farm or something. That wouldn't be good either, but... Oh, and we have a worker shortage, public sector worker shortage, okay. 7,700 is the workers, to start to deal with the public sector issue. Okay, everything else is looking reasonably well. We're not going to queue up any... Oh no, I will queue up. We'll queue up the next level of that rare earth mine. Oh. I just checked. I can't because it's not level... We would if we could. Would if we could. Would if we could. Mining. Again, that's possibly the next mine we're going to expand is that rare earth metal mine. As you see, the oil's going to be gone. Right, so we're about to have a bit of an oil issue. Not much we can do about it. Prospecting. We think they have some stuff to prospect. And then victory-wise, we are still holding first. Actually, we're taking off a little bit in that category. Prospecting push 1, prospecting push 2. 1 is a harder roll. Granted, our guy's skill enough that doesn't matter. Hit the oil deposit. I think there was some unknown type, so we can do it again to find the unknown one. Prospecting push 2, again, same zone.
Roger that.
Another oil deposit. Okay. Yeah, it's not that we have a shortage of oil deposits, it's that they're starting to get a little bit far away from the city. Right, once we've depleted this one and this one, they're going to be fairly far away from the city. That one depleting will actually probably be good for us, because that will maybe lower the administrative burden here a little bit. It's a little far away. Okay, let's cycle the turn. See how the situation down here improves. Actually, I have a decent amount of IP. We're going to extend the road here. A couple hundred, or the ceiling on the road there, a couple hundred out. Okay. At some point we'll have to deal with these guys in here, but for the moment things are going fine, and we can pull the armored vehicles out at this point, hopefully. Hopefully that's not going to become too much of a problem. Let's cycle that turn. Now, there is a potential argument when it comes to attacking the city again to not encircle it. Because it's easier to get guys to rout than to surrender. So I'd rather them rout out of the city instead of surrender in the city. From the AI perspective, that just means they'll move their SHQ to the other major city, but that would be fine. Redshire, round 139, not 5. We have 5 decisions awaiting us. We took the losses over the intern. We had our private aspect request completed. Cool. We hit that BP by a lot. Also good. We've discovered medium helicopters, which we don't care about. At least not until we have rockets. Like, I'd accept machine gun rocket attack helicopters. That would be pretty useful. Interesting. More private investment, that's good. Prospecting, we just did that, so we don't need it. Got some gifts we can hand out. We're favoring discovery here. What are we trying to... Oh, well, I'm trying to discover rocketry. That makes sense. If I need to, I can do RPG rocket engine, but we'd rather do rocketry RPG for the two in chemistry. And we'd like charge Gauss small arms and cluster bombs and mines and a bunch of other military techs. Okay, that makes sense. We've got, well, the research council is not super fast, right? So I think the research council is actively discovering or actively working on helicopter design. We didn't give it very much research capacity, so that's fair. Keep that balance. It did medium helicopters, we're not gonna worry about that. Even though some of the demands. It's holding celebrations. I don't actually want Fist. This is a weird one, like, why is it Fist? Why is it like you gain Fist, lose Fist? It's because they're Fist aligned. People, or not this person. The Union here is Fist aligned. They're militant. We're gonna send a small delegation because I don't really want Fist, and as long as we can succeed, we're good. So we send a small delegation, we succeed, make them happy. Yeah, more mind. Oh yeah, I'm definitely seeing signs that we're outrunning the logistics that we've got on these poor roads. Is that just trucks again? It's probably just trucks again.
Send in the cavalry. All clear, sir.
Yeah, it says trucks again. I don't know what went wrong to give these guys just trucks, but...
All clear, sir.
Actually, at this point, the frontage is starting to shrink, as they're not putting enough resistance. I might actually have the... You know what? I will. We'll have these guys just turn around, just start going back the other way. We don't need you here anymore. Yeah, that should have been the last of the oil in that well. So if we go to mining, go to min... Oh, no. They got one more turn. They got 30 oil left in the well. The well's basically empty. Just not technically empty.
All clear, sir.
Yeah, so getting those armored vehicles back, we can definitely do the armored vehicles and the new units coming back into the cycle. We should be able to put that sort of city on notice. Rock dehydration. So that's done for rock dehydration. Interesting. So water soil recomposition for water. That's probably why the water is relatively cheap on the market. So that's probably what the AI is doing. Yeah, reasonably cheap water. And then we had... Did we have a delay? Oh. I'm checking for the mine upgrade that I assumed I was going to do, because I... Again, if I could have, I would have. We just can't. So given that, let's start throwing colonists at this zone. Try to get the population up.
Order received.
A little poorer than I'd like. I'm not going to start selling rare earth metals yet. Private investment. We'll do that in the main zone here. In the hopes. There's a small chance to go grab one of the oil deposits and put another oil well in it. But yeah, next turn we'll start sort of putting a bulge towards the city here, I think. The armor cars will show up shortly after that, and then we'll start actually attacking the city. We are at the point where we can negotiate. Back to proposed peace. Apparently we can open contact. I thought I'd already opened contact with them. And we'll still go ahead and describe them again. And I'm up to 32. Okay. Yeah, situation's looking good, but we're prepared for the worst, which is we have to do a sort of emergency suing of bees. Anyway, we're still in first, and as we get more and more of the planet, we're actually sliding more and more into first. Although we're close enough to second that if we grow at the current rate, when we hit 50, we won't win because they'll be behind us. Stopping that. Yeah, let's cycle the turn, see how the situation improves or worsens. Definitely thinking we need to do something about the supply situation over here. We're going to continue advancing on the left. I want to continue advancing there. Even though that's obviously going to be the source of problems. Okay, we hold. We killed 600 infantry. Over the end turn, we have 4 decisions, winning us on round 144, or round 140. Why does my mind end numbers or do numbers wrong? We discovered advanced sensors. We probably do want to research that at some point. That would help the reconnaissance. Got some more improvised IP. And another commercial pact. We'll keep the balance as so. We might back off the foreign affairs if we get peace. West Blessing, sure. Find that ammo. Improvised IP, please. 324, that's a lot better than the last attempt.
Copy
Another
that.
commercial pact. let's check where on this road do we hit the action point limit. We've arguably already hit it there. Okay. So it'd be around there. Oh, I should put the next truck station in. Okay.
Order received.
Yeah, we've got roads down here, but it's obviously... We're so far over the action points at this point that the roads might as well not be there. You're from which unit? 7th. Where's the 7th HQ? The 5th, the 6th? You're the 6th. You're the... Ah, you're the missing member of the 7th. Okay. So we probably just want you to pull out. Okay, we'll mostly move back in green and yellow. As much as I want to keep advancing. Logical situation says... so we're gonna stop here until we fix that logistical problem. Okay, we've got a small gap here. I don't think the enemy is in a position to actually take advantage of that. No, I don't think we got the firepower. It's tempting. It's just, in theory, we see only 400, 500 guys there, but, no, we don't have the follow-up there. Anyway, we'll pave this a little bit farther, because we've got the industry right now. Sure. That might help a little bit coming down that road. And then that's looking fine, just secured a bunch of that road. Again, the 8th can spread out a little bit more, so the 3rd can swing a little bit back closer to the 1st, but... In fact, I might just pull this, and we'll shimmy that way. Yeah, I think that's the way to do that. And then we took over some assets that we should immediately just say, mothball. They're not connected to the road network anyway, so they're not going to work. Yeah, and we'll see how they respond. If this is literally what they have in there next turn, we'll send the armored car and the tank in. And maybe some of the infantry. And if we can get them to route from the city, then we'll be real happy. I've definitely just be a monster and just be like, yeah, we take your city, and sue for peace. I'd be on board with that. Okay, so that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. That works. We're back in the logistics doghouse in the west, and probably in the east. I have enough time trying to keep my word up without torching it accidentally. So we'll just get rid of that card, or get tempted to use it.
All clear, sir.
Okay, so those are the Mercanteers. We haven't got good relations with them like we do with the Slavers and the Nomads, so we do need to be a little more careful about them doing weird things as we touch them. Yep, otherwise I think things are going well. We'll pull you out. We got you guys coming over. That'll give us a 3rd brigade. So even if we can't disrupt them quickly, we'll be able to apply more pressure with another brigade there. And then you guys are having issues, which are probably stemming to the fact that you're quite far down this road to the east. How expensive would it be to pave? We'll pay that. That way it's cheaper to go that way than to go that way. That might save these guys a little bit of supply. Okay. Cycle the turn. We'll see how they respond to us being 1 hex off of their proverbial capital. I did intentionally hold on to those colonists. While I'm building a truck hub with a specific city, I'm actually going to delegate it to the other one. And when I do that, I want to put colonists in the city as workers to work it. And it's going to be like 1,000 workers worth of delegation I'm going to do. Killed 1,200 infantry at the cost of 200 of our own. We have 2 students awaiting us on round 141. Discovered some more fuel. And yeah, there's the first oil well community finally becoming empty. Oh, geotectonics, that's good. Is there really anything? What, geotectonics economics. So at this point, really the only ecotech I'm looking for is water purification. Until we have the vortex to get into advanced chemistry. I think I'll let it keep looking. I think we have a balanced discovery research, but once we no longer need it balanced, then we're gonna very heavily swap the other way. Oh, I have the HQ in the line. That's like missing an HQ. No, you're not. You're just pretending it's an infantry unit. That's what's confusing you. Okay, you finished, right? Yes. So we're gonna delegate you to Nota Town. Nota Town. And Nota Town is gonna get colonist workers to supplement the workforce.
Copy that.
Yeah, they haven't got. Oh yeah, no. We're going. We're gonna at least find out what's in there.
Let's go.
Target destroyed.
Target destroyed. So now the question is, do I negotiate peace? Because that would give me time to resolve the logistical situation here in the West. I have just acquired 60,000 people. So if we can keep those 60,000 people, that's a significant score exchange. I've just captured a large hunk of their industry that we want to have time to repair. Would be a little gamey, I suppose, right now to peace out. On the other hand, I'm not completely opposed to playing the game and the game and the game. Yeah, I'm not completely opposed to playing the game when the game is a game.
We're under fire. Requesting backup. All clear, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to negotiate peace. That means this is going to be right on the front line when the war opens up the next time, but by then we'll hopefully be prepared. Propose peace.
Order received.
Critical success. So they're hostile, but they're at 52. This border will temporarily calcify, giving us time to get assets into place.
Copy that.
You're blackmailing us. Different nation. Different nation is blackmailing us. Pay the tribute? Pay double the tribute. We'll pay double the
Order
tribute.
received.
Not those guys. These guys. These guys are blackmailing us. They... Number 4 is blackmailing us. Fair enough. Number 5 is cultist. They're militarist. This hasn't... I don't think this is updated for the fact that we just took a bunch of people off of Bronner's Marks. Bronner's Marks is 3rd. Yeah, this hasn't updated there. So we'll see what that does to our score. I think our score will go shooting up pretty well there. And yeah, we're going to have the brigades, and we got the vehicles coming in, so... I might simply park a brigade in the city. Park the 7th in the city, put the 8th to the left, put the 3rd to the right. Try to improve the logistics going through here. We'll probably try to get the rail line to go all the way into the city. That's something we can probably do pretty early on. Yeah, that's something we'll do next turn. So let's go ahead and cycle the turn. And, see how things go. Okay. Round 142. Over the end turn, we killed 1,200 infantry. We have 7 decisions awaiting us. Acquired a new zone. And the level's now 8. Gave us a fate pack awarded for taking the zone over. Private investments and such. Maybe we took over some crime families or whatever when we took the place over. Got another breakthrough now. Okay. Militia needs extra funds, sure. Demand the average population happiness reach 89. Well, we'll accept that. Appoint a new advisor. We might give you the job just so you can have a job. Demagogue and Zweinfeld. Appoint the governor of Zweinfeld, which we should probably do before we deal with the demagogue. Humanist Shrine. Buy from the Nomad Traders. And we got at least 2 jobs to full. We got a breakthrough now. Communication techniques. Okay, well, at least we won't be discovering that in the future. We'll recruit a senior. And a civilian and a junior. We'll see who we've got for our role. So the governor is in running between the existing person, who's cap 2. This person, who's cap 1. Then a cap 1. And you're probably the senior. Yeah. Okay. And the advisor is up between those 2. Okay. So I'll make you the advisor.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, different choice pool here. Not by much. Okay, I don't like this governor. We might replace the governor. Demagogue. So you can find him and arrest him. Which has a better likelihood of succeeding versus convince him he's a fraud or do nothing. This is in the city where we have unrest problems already, so we'll just accept this is going to be more unrest. Didn't particularly appreciate the secondary effect there, that didn't really tell us about, which was people leaving the city. But that is what it is. Object race 4,000 something. Okay. Okay, for the moment, I'm actually going to bring the whole 3rd in there to deal with the unrest. And then, yeah, if we can, we should be able to. Rail to there. Seal the road back. And a rail head. Okay, so that's basically that zone. We can go ahead and turn most of this stuff back on. So you're active. We mothballed you. We can activate you. We can activate you. We can activate you. And then when the rail comes in, that'll be good. And we're out of petrol. Okay, I need to buy some petrol. Petrol's cheap. Petrol's reasonably cheap. Rare earth is so expensive right now, I'm actually going to sell the rare earth off. At least as much as the market will buy. We'll turn around and turn that into fuel.
Roger that.
So the fuel gauge does not completely bounce too much. We'll probably leave the armored vehicles here in the city when they get there. To try to save on fuel for the moment. I do want them back out fighting, but if we don't have the petrol supply, we don't have the petrol supply. And that's because... Oh, that one ran out. I'm actually surprised that one didn't run out as well, because there's... Like, that one's completely gone. Are you implying I can actually extend that one? Might be implying I can extend that one. Because I would have expected it to shut off if it was, actually empty.
All clear, sir.
Okay, so private worker-wise, you're good, you're good. You're fine. And then you've got all sorts of problems, but they're all sorted with the fact that the city's up in severe unrest. 92 unrest. So yeah, we're just going to park a whole brigade on that. Well, we've parked a whole brigade on there. We're going to park more than a brigade on there just to do policing actions. And I suppose I'm just going to dump the colonists someplace. This is probably where to place them.
Order received.
There we go. Construction-wise, we're not building anything anymore. Oh, we just queued up the railhead. We don't have anything to worry about. Again, I'm surprised this oil well hasn't emptied. There's only 33 left in it. It should basically empty out. Rare metal, we got a couple more turns before we need to expand it. And then the next one is also an oil well. It'll probably be this oil well. Oil wells go pretty fast. And that's the civilian ones as well. Prospecting-wise, we don't think there's anything more to find. Victory overview. We are Redshire. We're now up to 35.1% of the global population, so we have over a third of the global population. Just short of a quarter of the victory points. And that kicked number 3 to number 4 by taking one city and a couple hexes. So yeah, we'll see how long that peace actually holds. Depending on how that goes, we might still be in a situation afterwards to continue advancing. Yeah, this is looking good. We have issues. I don't think they're insurmountable issues, but we have issues. We have a looming fuel crisis, which, to be fair, if we get deep core mining going, is fixable. Right, if we can do deep core mining and, like, deep core mining will definitely help. The other solution to the fuel crisis, because one of the bigger fuel consumers is the power plant. We can move away from using the power plant. we can, by say swapping to solar, more solar, then we've got more fuel for the army. But right now we're running fuel deficit. In fact, we're running like 1,000 fuel deficit. So yeah, we definitely need the vehicles to stop moving. Which means we're going to show them all in the city here for policing actions where they don't burn fuel. And see how that works. Because the vehicles, they especially when they're running about 240 fuel, so that's like 2 turns of movement is 240. So they're burning like 120 each a turn when they're actually heavily moving. So that's a lot of fuel. They're not small fuel vehicles. Now, that's what makes them effective in combat, but that's kind of the problem we're running into. So, before I forget, let's play some of these cards. So we're going to do a private investment there. Hopes that you go for some more oil. Private investment there. Oh, no, that was a prospecting route. Apparently, I had some water to find. You were supposed to do private investment. There we go. Thought the prospecting said there wasn't anything. Not anything anymore? Okay. Do proof of mining, but we don't need to. And yeah, assuming the crime is in the new city, the multiple brigades of law enforcement will resolve that quickly. I mean, we might try to at some point roll for a better personnel. Discard that. We don't need to have that around. We have the Apocrypha order, and it's just the Apocrypha order? Oh, and the Anima Circle. Okay. The Apocrypha is probably in the new city that we just took over. Increases offensive power. Interesting. And this is a... Oh, we need to have diplomatic contact with them, so we just go open contact.
Order received.
Critical success. We've improved their opinion of us up to 72, and we'll see how long it takes them for them to run it back down again. And then with that, let's cycle the turn. This is probably going to be the last end turn of this part if you're watching on YouTube. We're going to be putting the part break in for YouTube here. This hopefully will be a uneventful turn. We have a little bit of problems with some of the non-aligned forces. And there are some stuff we can do. We've got enough manpower pool we could deploy another brigade, for example, which would help us plug that hole. Yeah, I was assuming I was outnumbered by those guys, but apparently not as outnumbered as I thought I was. Yeah, we probably want to play another brigade, but that'll be next turn. We killed 400 infantry and lost 100 on the end turn of round 42. We'll be returning in the next part with around 143, where we have 3 decisions winning us. So if you're watching on YouTube, part of tomorrow. Watching on Twitch, this is the midstream tea break where I go get a new cup of tea. I'll be back as soon as that cup of tea is made. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.